Hello, everybody, and welcome to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. And we are broadcasting from Julio's Liquors. Go to juliosliquors.com for all the pertinent information. As always, or most of the time, anyways, Randall J. Bird is here, the spirits medium to the god,
Yeah.
whiskey man extraordinaire. Anything else?
Yeah. Well, you're listening to us on the radio or watching us on the Facebook Live broadcast.
Facebook
You
Live?
would not know that there's a sense of electricity or just stressed out people this week
Why can't we
because
have
I
both?
think, yeah, I mean, I think there's a certain amount of excitement because it's about to be the kickoff of Go Whiskey Week.
It's going to be Go Whiskey Week. We got a full show of drinking and talking about it. It's almost as eclectic as the whiskeys and drinks that are in front of us today.
Yeah.
It's rather full dais. But first, we must get to his lordship.
Almost. So opulent. We missed him. El Rey.
Says I must go first.
The grape one. Making his way to the podium.
So hello.
Here he comes. All right. He's here. Stop that nonsense. Nonsense, I tell you. All right. And so Ray is here. Ray, what this week I have a glass of red in front of me. What's this week's wine of the week?
Today's wine of the week, Ryan, indeed is value, value, value.
Value.
Yes. So we're showing today
That's a nice nose.
a red wine from the southern part of France in an area broadly known as Pays d'Oc, which goes from the Pyrenees.
Pay me now. No?
Almost.
Pays d'Oc.
Yeah.
Okay.
From the Pyrenees all the way over to Provence and the Rhone area. More specifically, within that area, an area called Languedoc. So this is a red wine that is primarily Syrah, about 85%. And very uniquely, it's blended with 15% of a grape called Viognier, which is a white grape.
Okay.
Yeah. So the
Syrah.
purpose of that is to tamp down the tannins that are extracted from the Syrah.
Mm-hmm.
And also to stabilize the color a little bit as well. It gives us a little bit more aromatic.
Well, definitely on the nose, it's got a lot going on.
Yeah,
There's I'm like sniffing a bouquet here.
Yeah, so you're going to pick up with this particular wine some red fruit and black fruit, black cherry, raspberry, some herbs in here as well, almost like thyme, a little thyme in there, a little licorice. But the mouthfeel is really, really nice. Got a nice minerally component to it, nice acidity. Virtually goes with anything, whether it be red meat, lamb, beef.
This is just on its own. It's actually just a delightful wine.
Exactly. It's a nice fruity style red wine where you could just have it with some cheese and crackers or
is this what we call it with and it sounds so demeaning, but it's sort of like a table wine. Like it's so multi-purpose. That's wine.
Well, oddly enough, that area in the Languedoc area where I hate to use the term, but bulk type wines. They're making a lot of wine down there, and yeah, that's the type of wines they're producing. Very fruit forward, friendly style drinking wine.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to think that I'm taking it and making it like less than it is. It's really quite pleasant. It's really a nice little wine.
It really is. I mean,
what's the price of this?
So, as I stated earlier, with value, 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 you're not going to believe this, and you got to come in and taste it. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to come in and taste this. It is $7.98 a bottle, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean this is listen. I've had like $6 and $7 bottles. This is a lot better than that.
Yeah, this is.
I'm sort of shocked. I thought you were going to say like $12 or something like that.
No, it's $7.98 a bottle, and
it's good.
Like I said, it's you don't always have to spend 15, 20. You can get a really good bottle, and if you know what you get.
Yeah, this isn't like super complex or anything like that.
No,
it's just really nice tasting wine. I don't want to oversell it, but definitely at that price point, I think you're getting a bang for your buck.
Absolutely, easy drinking. Yeah.
What do you think, Randall?
What's the name of this thing?
It's called L'Oranger, and it's the exporter or the negociant here is Bichot, and Bichot is involved in Burgundy with some which we have upstairs, some great white burgundies, red burgundies, but he's also got projects down obviously in the southern part of France as well.
Since Ray's here, now he's going to go up because he's going to have this. You're going to have this tasting upstairs.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah,
You're gonna have
because
this
I think that's important. Because
is
like you're
important.
going to see that
Liquid
price
to
and you're
lips.
going to think, maybe.
Yeah,
Absolutely, no question
it's
about
definitely it's definitely a
But this
liquid
is,
to
it
lips.
seems to me, and I don't buy a lot of wine, but this would be something that you'd have several bottles just around, and then something happens. Friends come over.
right.
There's going to be something you can just reach and grab this and use it.
This is like my pizza wine.
Yeah.
Like I don't care. I just open it up. Like you want some wine? Here you go. Open it up.
pizza, burgers.
Yeah, this
sausage.
is something like that.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
definitely think
Yeah.
that. Since give us the name and give us the price one more time.
Okay, it's called La Rangère, and it is $7.98 a bottle, and I believe it is 2021 vintage. Yes, 2021 vintage.
Okay.
So, like I said, it's upstairs. It'll be in our Angel Share area.
All right.
To taste.
The taste. You're going to be tasting this. You're going to start doing more tastings on Saturdays. I think you were telling me that the other day.
Right. So, the end of last year, I started doing informal tastings at the Angel Share room, and I called it Tasting with Ray. And we started doing, a couple whites, couple of reds, and then it started getting really busy with the holidays, and it was a little tough to do that. And then, of course, January and February. But now we're going to resurrect these tastings, and every Saturday I will have something different.
Yep.
And it'll be up at bar area, very informal. It won't be down here as a seminar type thing. It'll be upstairs, and
By the Angel Share tasting machines.
yeah.
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 Okay.
So if you show up, you can. There's not a lot of hoopla around it. You don't have to sign up
Absolutely.
or
You
anything.
don't have to sign up for anything.
Fun.
Now,
Absolutely.
tastings with Ray, you're going to keep that name?
Yes.
After all the focus groups and marketing that went into that, you're going to just hang on to it. Yeah.
This was
okay.
a process. It was a process, and we decided to come up with
A
Tasting
ray
with
of sunshine.
Yes.
That's the winning
The winning
title.
thing. All right.
All right.
And one other thing, Ryan,
Yeah.
I'd be remiss if I didn't say this. March 8th.
Oh yes.
March 8th is our port and stout tasting.
Yes.
And we're going to have a slew of ports from Dow, Taylor, Fladgate to some of the smaller producers. And yours truly will have a table. I will be presenting the Kopke, which is a very small.
Oh, that's
producer.
really but that's really good. I buy that.
Yeah.
Jennifer loves that. The lovely
Yeah,
Jennifer
the
loves
oldest,
that.
The
One.
oldest port house in Portugal is
Yeah.
Kopke, back to 1638. So I will be manning that table.
Cool.
And
March 8th, 2:00.
March 8th, 2:00. And
2:00.
like I said, port and stouts.
Yeah,
Like,
I know the beer
like a
department.
little teapot, right?
Yeah, you're a little teapot, Randall. Yeah, the beer department, I tell you right now, is been super psyched for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have it. I also know that there's going to be. I know we're getting. Guinness is definitely going to be there because they actually signed up separately to make sure that they were there. So I think that's going to be great.
Okay.
Do
And
you want to stay for the? You want to stay for the?
yeah, we got coverage upstairs.
Okay, you want to stay for the whiskey, the
Sure,
the
sure.
drink of
But-
the show.
Yeah. Ryan, one other thing I want
Yeah,
to mention.
good. I can do
So
it.
this-
I can multitask. I can chew
Okay.
gum and walk.
So this tasting with Ray, I will publicize this every week in our newsletter, and
Oh, okay.
I'll indicate what wines we'll be tasting
Nice.
that day.
So you'll know.
And also, a lot of people question about what we have in our fine wine lockup room.
Yep.
So every week on the newsletter, I will also feature one wine from the lockup at a specially discounted price.
Oh,
And
okay.
we will be doing that. Unfortunately, those wines are in short supply and they're very pricey, and I will not be able to open them. It's based on reputation of the wine and what we have. So
That's nice. All right. So we got a minute left. Let's do the drink of the show, Randall.
All right. Well, it's in our coffee mugs. So what is it?
Dark Arts Whiskey House. This is straight bourbon. It's an 8-year-old bourbon, straight bourbon whiskey finished in Marcella wine casks. This is at 113.4 proof. This is bottle number 32nd, and this is called the Perpetuum. And Ray will know that because that is the Solera system that they use for Marcella wine.
That's right.
All right,
So
so what
we're
do you
going to
think?
taste this and
Yeah.
come back on the other side of this commercial break with more and our review So please stay tuned. I think we're going to do some Facebook Live stuff, and we'll be back
Yeah.
after these commercials. So
I can stay. He said he
hang
can
on
stay.
there, and we'll have you a little bit of a review of this kind of product.
That's great. Perfect.
Very nice. Nice.
What's that? Oh yeah, you got my ice bucket. That's okay. We can choose something else. I want to show you something because I don't think we need to actually maybe even taste this, but something came in this week that I just knew we had to talk about, and that is
Oh boy, yeah, I see that.
the Malort. Now, for those of you who don't know Malort, it's very defining. To me, it tastes like grapefruit pith and gasoline.
Nice.
If that sounds exciting to you, it's also known as the Chicago handshake. It's out of the bartender's side of thing. You do this in a shot of beer.
And let me tell you that one little nip would be enough, but it looks like this is a bundled 6-pack of the nips.
So yes, we have. Now they always put their stuff tongue in cheek because it does taste terrible. But there are people who like it. Don't get me wrong. And I think it's an acquired taste. It's the Malort 6-pack to share with friends or enemies. It says right on there.
Yeah.
Has an aroma and full body flavor, unusual botanical. Its bitter taste is savored by two-fisted drinkers. And I just want to see if there's anything else because they are very tongue-in-cheek about the whole thing.
Yeah, definitely one of those things I call like a dare shot.
This is $9.99, I believe, for the 6-pack that you can take on your go. So I was blown away, and I will since we're not on commercial right now, I will give everybody that's listening to our Facebook another thing that's coming. And I've been trying to get this done. I'm sort of disappointed that they're actually doing it without my influence. There's a barrel-aged Malort coming. Very short supply. It's going to be in high demand. Yeah. I don't know how else you could make this stuff taste any worse. But that being said,
it's being aged in an oil barrel, steel oil drum. Yeah. But
no, diesel. Diesel would be perfect.
Come in single nips, right? You don't.
No, Malort usually doesn't come in single nips. This is
right. So this is how you can get a little bit and then still kind of keep it contained like a biohazardous material, and share it with friends when you need to break it out.
It's sort of like when you want to fight your uncle. I mean, they do like these sort of funny ad things. So you want to check it out? It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool little thing. So those came in this week. So those are actually upstairs now. Oh, and I want to give everybody.
Now the full bottle of Malort isn't much more expensive.
No, it isn't. It isn't.
But this gets you little things that you can use or take with you on a camping trip or something.
The other thing is, you remember last week we tried that negative 196?
Yes.
From Suntory.
Done at a ridiculous 196 degrees below Celsius zero.
Celsius zero.
And quite tasty.
I found out those are coming, and I already have our pre-order in for those. So we were actually pretty much taken back from them. I thought they were really good.
Yeah.
And so those will be coming. So keep an eye out for those because I know I've already had people ask me if they were in already. They're not. That was a sneak peek that we got.
An advanced sample.
Advanced sample. So those are coming. So
we'll see that hopefully soon. But I think I'm done with the cold for right now. Just outside and whatever. So in the summer, that's going to be nice. That's
going to be great. Well, I mean, we would. Ray and I were talking today. It's like it's one of those type of things that like, it's okay. You drink other cold drinks in the winter. It's all right. It's okay. And then we're going to be getting into rosé season soon too, and all of that stuff. All right, here we go. We're coming back now, and I'm going back to drinking my dark arts. Hello, everybody, and we're back. Yes, it's the liquor talking. And during the break, we just knocked some stuff around. We introduced the fact that favorite Malort now comes in a mini 6-pack, six-pack of nips.
Yeah.
So if you really want to give a gift, and you want it to last all day,
somebody, or you're in some kind of office pool where you have to
You know what's funny though?
Give it to your frenemy.
The thing about people go like, oh my God, like a lot of people like, oh my God, that tastes terrible. And I go, yes, and it's going to taste terrible for a long time because it's the flavor doesn't leave your mouth. It just lingers. So, and there's very few things that will actually counteract it. When we left though, we were drinking the much more pleasanter drink of the show, which is Dark Arts Whiskey House. This is one that we did. Well, I'll tell you how this sort of came about. It's an 8-year-old straight bourbon whiskey finished in Marcella wine casks.
Yeah.
At 113.4. What do you think, Ray?
I think it's delicious.
You like
Who is Marcella and why does she have casks?
What's that?
Well, who is Marcella? What is that?
It's
a wine thing, right?
Yeah, Marcella is a wine that basically is a wine of Sicily.
Okay. So
nice.
If you're cooking a dish that has like the word marsala in it, is that they're adding the wine?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
all right.
Veal masala, chicken
masala.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so this is done in a barrel. So Randall and I went and visited our good friend Macaulay, who is the mastermind behind Dark Arts.
Evil overlord.
The evil overlord, yes, the shadow man himself. And we were down there. We actually have another whiskey that that we blended. We did a micro batch with that. So he says, yeah, you got to try this. And we're going through. And I get to this Marcella one. I go, that's really good. He's like, I go, what are you going to do with this? And he's like, well, I think I'm gonna. And he told me what he's going to do with it. I go, well, can we have some? I'll buy this barrel. And it's like, well, I'm not sure I want to do, buy the, okay, well, sell me 15 cases of the barrel.
Right.
So there's 15 cases in Massachusetts of this, and that's it. Yeah. So I just thought it was fantastic.
If you've been a big fan of some of the Dark Arts stuff, this is the new kind of evolution or project that he's working on, and you might have some available for sampling with.
Oh, yeah, we have it sampled. We have stuff. We have samples. Vinny just put it up on the Facebook Live. He put up actually the link to go buy it.
It has a burgundy or reddish label.
And it's an 8-year-old, and it's called the Perpentium. Which is the sort of Solera system that they use in Sicily to make Marcella. And so I thought it sort of fit because now, but the only problem is we've done 3 barrels and they all begin with P.
No.
And now all of a sudden it's like, it's become a tongue twister because you're trying to say them all. Because we got Portal.
Right.
And then we get the new one, which is Portentium, which is Italian for good fortunes. And but try them. And the good part about it is we're going to go into a lot of stuff today about Go Whiskey Week. I will tell you that Friday, February 28th at 7 p.m., there's spots available. Macaulay is doing a seminar here, part of Go Whiskey Week. So it's really cool. We launched in Massachusetts Dark Arts last year for last year's Go Whiskey Week. And I will tell you right now, he has taken off across the country. Everybody that knows about this has been looking for it. It's done really, really well. And he's coming back and he's going to do a seminar. And we got two new of our products from him too. So it's really exciting. I think it's nice when, your friends do well, because then I can call on them for favors. I'm very selfish that way.
I just wanted to tack on to the fact that your daughter's outed you for thinking about the Roman Empire at least once a day.
Yeah.
And then you've added some kind of Latin, Italian sounding names to the titles. Is that connected? Is it your fascination?
It's always, listen,
I know, because I know you like some ancient Greek stuff too.
I do.
So yeah,
I'm a classical studies major. Yeah. I've actually I've actually a graduate of the Aegean Institute in Poros, Greece. And I was going to be an archeologist at one point. Yeah, absolutely. You didn't know that about me.
Now you're a liquid archeologist.
Now I'm a liquid.
You're unearthing
licologist. I don't think licologist works too well, Randy. Yeah. But anyways, we'll leave that one alone. But you guys want to, since we're here and we got this, Johnny just gave us a drink. Johnny actually posted on Facebook.
This is a cocktail.
Live, but he gave the he also gave the recipe. I'm going to see if I can pop it up there. I got it. So it's Benriach Smoky 10, pineapple juice, lime juice, and a healthy squirt of blue agave nectar. Combine all of those in a cocktail and shaker. Pour over ice and garnish with a pineapple wedge, which he does in this one. So Johnny on the spot made this. it's a take on a margarita, but it's with scotch, smoky scotch. All right. Let me see. That's
so
really good.
So this is like a Fiona Rita?
Fiona Rita, is that what you want to get? Yeah. It's really good. So this leads us into talking, and this is why Johnny made this far as I know he is. I know his warped mind, how it works. So Go Whiskey Week, which starts on Monday with I'm going to go through a little bit. I'll go through the first 2 days. The 24th of February starts with our seminar with Redbreast. That's sold out.
Yep.
Tuesday, at 2:30, actually at 2:00, Dr. Rachel Barry is coming in for a news interview. They're coming here. They're going to interview her. Right. She was last year's Master Blender of the Year. She's also #1 and #10 of the top whiskeys last year. Yep. So she's coming to visit us. So she's getting an interview at like 2:00. At 2:30, I'm going to interview her here. I'm going to do broadcast an interview with her here. And then after that, and you can see that. You can come with it, and we'll probably be trying stuff so you can taste some stuff with us. And then she's going to be to do a bottle signing.
Yep.
So we have you can bring whatever you want, but she's got like 3 of her whiskeys upstairs to sign. She actually is the master blender for 3 different distilleries, Benriach and Glen Glasgow. And I will say that right at one point. And Glendronach.
Yep.
Which is one of my favorites. So she's going to be here. So I think Johnny's making this in her honor because the Benriach Smoky 10 is one of her whiskeys. But it just shows you the versatility. No one thinks of the versatility of whiskey. They think it's on the rocks and that's it. Maybe.
All right. Now we got another one in front of us.
All right. So he just made another one that's made with a Smoky 12. This is called the Holidays. Is that what you're saying?
DAZE.
Did you put that one up there? That's the recipe's up there. Recipe's up there on Facebook Live. So let's see. I like this. I like the nose on it. This is good. All right. So really different than the first one. This is an old fashioned. Orange bitters, cinnamon syrup, Smoky 12. Oh yeah, that's right. Because that's got Madeira and sherry finished barrels. Yeah, this is really good, John.
Excellent.
Two very different cocktails.
Yeah.
I mean, nice. Very different. And this is I like the margarita. It's like now I want salt and ice, but I don't want it on my roads. I want it in my drink, not on the road. This is good. I like this. And not many people just think about all of those. Not a lot of people think about doing like an old fashioned with scotch, which actually does work out pretty good. All right. Great, Johnny. Thank you very, very much.
Well, he has to be done. He's used up all his talent. There's nothing else that he could possibly.
You don't know John very well, do you? Johnny on the spot comes out with some really, really great cocktails.
And he's slaving away for hours before the show started, so I can guarantee there's going to be something else coming.
Oh yeah, there's definitely going to be something else coming. He's over there already making something else. All right, if you want to, while he's doing that, would you like to try something else? Oh, we should do this one.
Okay.
I know what we should do.
Looks like
this is Penelope.
Penelope weeded.
Yeah, this is we got to try this. There's not much left of this, but we got to try this when Dennis was here from Penelope, and this just came out. I can tell you right now, the price is $35 for a 750. And this is their new. They now have enough of their weeded bourbon to actually put it out into the marketplace. Although it's been running through very, very quickly. I don't even know. We probably have a couple bottles left on the shelf. This is their straight bourbon whiskey, weeded, non-chill filtered, 95 proof. And this is their 4-grain weeded. And like I said, try it, see what you guys think.
That's quite good, Ryan.
Yeah. At $35.
Yeah.
This is a really nice weeded bourbon, I should say. This will give a lot of weeded bourbons a run for their money. that especially at this price point. So
if you can find it.
If you can find it. I mean, listen, it's not in every market. It's in Massachusetts. It's in addition to their core lineup. They plan on having it there. As with anything, sometimes when you come out, especially like a hot brand like Penelope, anything that comes out, the first runs get sucked up very quickly. And it just takes a time for the supply line to refill itself.
Yeah, there's a cycle in terms of what you have to age stuff and do things for. So yeah,
but they'll be sending more of this up if we do run out. They are tasting it on they are doing it on Sunday on the Grand Dram. I should probably go through that. Let's do that right now.
All right.
And I'm gonna actually give you an entire timeline, but I will put out Go Whiskey Week ends on March 2nd. Okay.
Which is a Sunday.
And that ends with the Grand Dram.
I would say it culminates.
That's I like that word. It sounds classy. Sounds classy.
Sunday.
Starts at 1:00 on Sunday, and it goes through. And I can tell you right now, there are 66 tables for Sunday. And I'll just break it down really quick. It's $50 to go. Okay. We give you $20 back in a gift card. We give you a glass. And matter of fact, I got the new glass. Here's the new glass, Randall. That's the new glass, the Glendronach glass. You get a
tulip stemmed glass.
You get a glass. Yeah. Okay, you get a glass. AJ Tomiola's is going to be doing the food.
Nice.
We have of course Icelandic water for everybody.
Yep.
And then part of the proceeds go to the Shriners for the transportation of burn victims.
Yep.
So for $50, you're getting 20 of it back. So let's say for $30, you cannot beat 66 table, over 300 whiskeys
free
available.
Glass, donations to the Shriners, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Damn.
And people that are coming in from all over the world to be at the tables.
That's
this
right.
isn't just the local rep. This is generally the people representing their products. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back on the other side. It's the Liquor Talking, AM radio, 830 on your dial. Please stay with us, and we'll continue when we return.
All right. Cool. Thanks, Ray.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Ray's going to go up because he's going to get all of his stuff ready for everybody to taste his wine.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Ray. Thanks for playing along today, Ray. There's a lot of stuff going on.
You have
Ray's
an option to, go upstairs, work, or just sit here and mess around with us.
Well, we're going to bring Johnny up. We're going to bring Johnny on because we're going to start going through Go Whiskey Week, and John's very excited about everything that's happening for Go Whiskey Week. So he even gave Ray another. Even gave him the next drink to take upstairs with him. I think. What a deal! What a deal! Listen,
this is called a roadie, right?
It's called a roadie. Yes, it is. It's called a roadie. All right. And then Johnny is still making stuff over there. Everybody's going to come up. Thank you, Ray. You can take that wine too, because I know you're going to be doing that.
Do you think we're going to do a question of the show?
We are.
So
I have
if you want to read that, and then we'll get into it in the regular show. But
would you do the preview?
Yeah.
All right. I'm only going to read you the question. I'm not going to give you any multiple choice. You can see if you can get it. Do not answer it. Wait until we come back on the air.
Okay.
And then we'll do it there. Okay? All right, here we go. Created in 2005, what modern classic cocktail shares its name with a well-known antibiotic? All right. The larceny question of the show is, created in 2005, what modern classic cocktail shares its name with a well-known antibiotic? All right. Now, anybody that's on Facebook Live, you can answer it now. That's fine because
we will answer it.
We'll answer it when it comes. We'll see
on the radio portion of the show.
We'll see when we get back.
Yeah,
if you guys can answer it. How much time we got? How much time? All right, so we don't have that much time. I'm just enjoying Johnny's cocktails over here.
I got a palate cleanser up next.
Oh, really?
It's called a highball.
Oh, it was one of my favorites. I'm gonna have some more of this margarita though. Or what did you call it? A Fiona Rita?
Yeah,
Fiona Rita. Is that because when we go to the Isle of?
There seems to be an inordinate amount of people in Scotland named Fiona.
Normally I would say you're just imagining things, but when we go to Islay, Scotland, I would say probably every third female that we meet is named Fiona.
Right. Like you just have, if you can't remember the person's name, just say Fiona and you're probably got it. You're not going to insult anybody.
You get a 30% shot of it being right. Just out of the bank. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. And during the break, I read the question of the show, and which I will do again, so everybody can answer and see how that goes. Because Randall is very excited about this question for some weird reason. I don't know why. All right, the larceny question of the show today is: created in 2005, what modern classic cocktail shares its name with a well-known antibiotic? Do I need to give you multiple choices?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? All right. Nope. Does the studio audience need us to give you? I will give them some multiple choices. How's that?
Well, if you want, but I think that.
You think that they know it too? You think everybody knows? No one's answered me.
Either know or you don't know.
All right. So,
and
all right, we will just give it to me.
It rhymes with Cipro. No, that's not true at all.
No, it's not. Go ahead.
I'm going to go with a penicillin.
Oh, it's going with penicillin. I don't even know if I should ask Johnny. Johnny, what do you think?
Of course, it's a penicillin.
It's a penicillin. That is correct. You both are correct today. It is, in fact, a penicillin.
Not an erythromycin.
No, it's not erythromycin. No, it's not.
Allergic.
Some people are allergic to that. So just so you know, if you're going to the dinner on Tuesday night at Fireflies, which we're honoring Dr. Rachel Barry at, that is going to be the opening cocktail. So that is going to be a take on penicillin. So we're not even really take.
If you're an anti-vaxxer, you don't have to drink it, but you know.
Johnny, what's in a penicillin?
That would be honey, scotch, and simple syrup. I don't forget what the other ingredient
ginger.
is. I think it might be ginger. Yeah, ginger liqueur. Yeah.
So that's going. And just for that fact, I'm about to make a huge mess.
Speaking of honey,
well, we're getting a new product in. This is not in yet, but it is coming. And we were talking earlier about. See if I can do this.
Slowest pour you've ever seen in here.
Yeah, there you go. Take that. We were talking about not having local honey in our sort of like foodstuffs, and because a lot of people do ask for it to make things like penicillin and stuff like that. So we actually teamed up with Hop Raw Honey. Yeah, some bees. They came in. They're a little wild. There you go, Randall. Hop Raw Honey. Raw premium honey, and this is out of two guys' beehives in Hopkinton, Mass. So now
let's be clear about who's doing the real work here.
Well, the bees are, because it's like working like a bee.
These guys are taking all the credit. All right. So in order to get this out of this thing.
Yeah, how are you going to do that?
I don't know. I think I'm going to.
I don't think I have it. I don't have a thing.
With this toothpick.
You got a toothpick over there? I got I don't know if I have nothing. I used to have.
There's a toothpick in your pineapple cocktail.
Yeah, well, I have one of these. You want one of these? I got a little stir.
Oh, a Q-tip.
I just did mine the old-fashioned way and just used my tongue.
Do you want to use his Q-tip?
I'm good.
That's really good honey.
It is really good.
My hands are going to be sticky the rest of the show, but it's well worth it.
I'm going to have to scrub down this entire downstairs. It's going to be sticky.
It's like sticky.
I mean,
why are you sticky today, Johnny?
Because Benriach cocktails all over the place.
All right. So what's the next cocktail you've made for us today? Johnny's going like a cocktail making machine over there.
So I did do a little bit of a palate cleanser with the highball because I wanted to showcase again the Benriach Original 10.
This is the original 10 though.
Which has virgin American oak, first fill ex-bourbon, and a little bit of sherry, I think, too.
And then you've put that with what? Club soda?
Yep, Fever Tree Club Soda.
Fever Tree Club Soda.
That was the highball name
a little lime,
for the glass.
Lemon. I think the glass is named for the drink.
I don't know. It's the only one that I think refers to the glassware. Although martini is a pretty iconic.
But you know what? I'm going to tell you. Is
that a martini glass or is that named something else?
No, it's a martini glass. It's actually a sort of the Copa glass is actually close to that, but I think it's sort of been amped for or reused for that or redesigned for the martini. So the martini is the glass. The thing with a highball glass, and here's what I'm going to say to you. Most of the time when I go, like, especially in who's really known, the Asian sort of drinks are really known for making highballs, and they actually don't serve it in a highball glass. They serve it in like a tall Collins glass. So usually when I get a highball at a restaurant, it's not in a highball glass. It's in a Collins glass.
Right.
Which is that sort of taller, thinner.
Parallel sides going up.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's usually in that.
Looks almost like a graduated cylinder, but wider.
Yeah, a little bit wider than that. But what I love about a highball is this is like when people say you can't have scotch with food. This is my answer. Well, a highball goes very, very well.
Nonsense. I have scotch with food all the time.
But I mean, but usually you wouldn't drink like straight scotch or something that you'd put in a mixed drink, and mixed drinks have all these other flavors in it, like Johnny's just showed us. But a highball really doesn't. It's just got a little bit of a lemon and then the scotch and the club soda. I like this for like.
So I've never understood this. You can have beer, right, with food.
Yeah,
wine
I think it's
with
because
food.
I think it's because it's less alcohol and it's sort of quaffable.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of flavor in.
Ton of flavor
in scotch.
Yeah.
So I mean, we were constantly doing dinners with bourbon and scotches and.
Yeah, I know, but do you find, like, I don't know, even myself, I like a lot of times if I'm sitting down, a highball is sort of the exception, because if I sit down and I'll have a cocktail, like a scotch cocktail before dinner. I might have a single malt scotch or a bourbon after dinner, but usually during the dinner I'm either having wine or beer if that's my case.
Yeah, maybe.
I
think one of the big exceptions is like if you're outdoor cooking and barbecuing and you're walking around drinking a drink and.
Well, I mean, like that, I might make not a Jack and Coke, but or something like that. Maybe a ginger ale and
like
ginger ale and Irish whiskey.
No,
not Bartles and James. Yeah. Okay, I am now running out of food. A room in front of me, John. What's the next one you made?
So the next one is a traditional Rob Roy, which I made with 2 ounces of the original Benriach, an ounce of sweet vermouth, and a dash or 2 of Angostura bitters. And
this is one of Randall's favorite drinks.
And finished with
Rob Roy. I like a lot of the Scottish cocktails.
You like Rob Roy and you like Bloody
Rusty Nails.
Rusty Nails are great.
Not the drink, the actual Rusty Nails.
Well, I mean, I've been back. I have the tetanus shot. So, but no, I think that these were classic drinks from the 70s and early 80s. And they just kind of fell out of favor as all this other different stuff kind of came up. But they're really good. Classics for a reason. I think that they're some pretty tasty components. And Rob Roy's right in there.
All right. While you guys are sipping and drinking, I am going to start going through.
There's something else.
This is the last
one. Did you go nuts?
This is the last one, I promise.
All right.
Well, hey, this was my opportunity.
Once you open the cherries, you got to use them.
To work.
All right, let's have this one during the break. Let's have this one during the break because I want to talk about that one during the break. All right. Starting, I'm going to go through this very quickly. You need to go to juliosliquors.com. You need to go to tastings and events. You need to see all the things that are happening Go Whiskey Week. I'm going to go through them as best I can.
Redbreast Monday sold out.
All right. Monday, the 24th, Redbreast sold out.
Right.
All right. Tuesday, we have the interview and the bottle signing here at Julio's in the afternoon. We have a dinner at Fireflies at night. The dinner is sold out.
Right.
Wednesday night, there are still some spaces left. Simon Brooking is going to be here, and we're going to do Lefroy. And I got
phenomenal presenter.
Oh, and
a great product as well.
The lineup is insane. We're doing up to Lefroy 25. So we're doing the PX I Love You, which is now going in auction for like over $1,000 a bottle.
Yeah.
So that's going to be done there. And you actually, if you go to that one, there is a charge, but you walk out with a bottle already of the Oak Select. So
you can get some great. If you don't like peated whiskeys, you might want to
skip that one.
Miss that one. But if you love peated whiskeys,
or you want to see if you like
really
is
the leader in that. So
top notch. Thursday is the Pappy Van Winkle and Buffalo Trace Antique Collection tasting. Sold out. So those that gets us up to Thursday. Friday, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, there's Torabeg. Torberg, we have the global ambassador coming. It's the other distillery, the brand new distillery that's on the Isle of Skye in Scotland. Right. Really, really cool. Torberg is a fantastic whiskey. You owe it to yourself. That's a really, really cool one to go to. Friday night.
Do you know who's doing the presentation or not?
Why can't I think of his name off the top of my head?
It's not Spike, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay.
But it's a global ambassador, and we have him coming in, and I can't. Like Johnny will look it up, but Friday night again, which is February 28th, 7:00 is Macaulay is going to be here with Dark Arts. The Shadow Man himself will be here doing those. What is it?
Bruce Perry.
Bruce Perry. How could I?
Global ambassador Bruce Perry
will be here. That's Torberg.
Yep.
That's in the afternoon at 5. At 7:00, it's Dark Arts with Macaulay. We're going to do some really cool stuff with that. That's awesome. Saturday, March 1st. Okay. This is when we start the big weekend push. We start at 9 a.m. over at the Mandarin across the street with a breakfast in Asia sponsored by Nika and Cavalon. So we're going to do some Asian whiskeys with a traditional Asian breakfast at 9:00. At 11:00, we have, of course, our radio show, which we'll be doing. That's at 11 to 12. At 12:30, surprise, surprise, surprise. This was a surprise. We have Josh Haddon is coming in and doing Single Cast Nation from 12:30 to 1:30. Then after that one, we have the Compass Box tasting seminar. It's seminar Saturday, so there's Compass Box tasting, and then after that one, there is the Glenmoe tasting. Now, Glenmorangie, with David Blackmore. Now, there's a couple more events on Saturday during the day, but I'd like to save those for when we come back from the break to tell you about them because they involve our own Randall J. Bird. And so, speaking of which, take us out of here.
All right. What are we doing?
We have to go to a break.
Why stop the train? Well, we have to. It's the law. So WCRN is our host here, and we'll be back after these messages with more of the radio program.
It's insane. I'm going to hand that over to you. You know the times of your event?
No, I know that it says fishing school on the board upstairs.
Does it? It doesn't say finishing school?
No, it says fishing
school.
Well, so I'm going to bring in some equipment.
You spelled school SKOOL.
Right. Well, because
you thought it was
finishing.
Right. I get it.
What you fishing for?
Oh, we'll have to finish. Yeah. We'll have to fix that. All right, Johnny. What do you?
All right, what do we have?
What's our next cocktail?
So to round out Dr. Barry's and my cocktail experience here, this is the most complicated one I made. It's a take on a long, hard look in the mirror. So I call this a long, hard look in the hills because it's a Ben, Scottish Ben.
Ben means hill.
Mountain.
Yep.
Right. Yep. Or mountain. It's the original 10 again. Then I use a ½ ounce St. Elizabeth allspice with a little dash of cinnamon syrup, a ½ ounce of Berenson pear liqueur, a dash of chocolate bitters, and of course the maraschino cherry.
This is damn good. What's that flavor?
What's
that flavor? There's a flavor at the finish on that. What is that flavor? It's really good.
It's the chocolate cherry, I think. That's good.
No, but it's not chocolate.
There's pear in there.
It's the spice. It's got to be the allspice. It's the allspice.
It's the clove.
It's the clove and allspice mixed together, which makes a really interesting finish. That's delicious.
Yeah, I was just gambling on that one because I'd never made one of those before.
Well, I think that's one you can gamble on. It's really good.
Yep. So there was the big 5 that I did for Benriach.
I did not realize the
extent of your brown nosing
and depth. My only problem here's the thing. I'm going to say it on the air. Well, we're in commercial, but I'm going to still say it today. My only concern about this entire week of whiskey that we're going to be doing is Tuesday, because John is. We're fans. I'm a fan of Dr. Rachel Barry too.
I did.
You did.
I'll be here all day.
For Dr. Rachel Barry, he's such a fanboy.
Let me peel back the layer here. So while you're thinking that he is an industrious, hardworking young man, which he is, there's a motive behind this.
Of course.
He is a super fanboy of Dr. Barry and
but by the way, if you're going to be a fanboy of somebody, this is actually the person to be.
No,
but I'm saying this is the person to be a fanboy of.
There's
is
nothing
the real
weird
deal
about it except for the
John.
of the involvement.
Yeah, I mean,
so he was pulling out bottles from like what, 2012.
Oh, he's got bottles for her
showing
to
me.
sign.
I got before that.
Well, she worked in the gift shop for 20 minutes during this year, and I'm like, what? And
she's
so,
got a long, illustrious career. She's not that old either, by the way.
right.
But she has had a great career. If you're going to be the fanboy of somebody, this is the person that you would be a fanboy of.
I want to tie this into the history of Julio's, because this is where I discovered.
All right, you can go to the event.
He's already bought. Don't worry. Bought tickets before it was even announced.
I'm not going to embarrass us because I want her to come back.
Never coming back. I can tell her right now.
But so Davinia Small from Ardbeg, who's the global ambassador, did a tasting here a long, long time ago, like 2007-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And from that tasting, I fell in love with the Ardbeg Ugadal. Still to this day, one of my all-time favorites.
Right.
But she dropped two names, Dr. Bill Lumsden and Rachel Berry.
Yep.
And the name stuck with me. And then when a good friend of the show, Jay Sente, who might have been here today, carried her products for a while.
She ran to the hills.
But she did Bowmore, Glengarry, and Auchentoshan for a good long while.
And a matter of fact, Randall and I actually picked some of the stuff that she was at
exactly. So I have those bottles for her to sign.
I know.
Yeah. So
we actually picked when it was under a different ownership, but she was doing stuff with them. We actually did Glen Dronick too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes, sign really says fishing.
This goes down to Ryan.
That comes down.
Oh, all right. Well.
That's it. Keep your dad's just to yourself.
All right.
So we are a little concerned about that.
About me being too much of a fanboy?
Yes. All right, we're coming back. All right, here we go.
Lock me up in the back.
All right, we're back. It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. Hey, listen, before we get back into, because we're going to talk about Randall's seminars that he's doing on Saturday, March 1st. I had the pleasure of meeting Nigel Barker. I don't know, and you can check this out on, I guess, Cousin Vinny's got it up on YouTube, on my Instagram page, Whiskey Journeyman, no E in whiskey Journeyman, and a couple other places. You may remember Nigel Barker. He was one of the judges on America's Next Top Model. So I did an interview with him, and he's come out with the Barker Company Espresso Martini. And this is the one from the can. He has them in the can. He has them in glass, and he also has basically a bag in the box, which I think is freaking genius. It's a 1.75 bag in the box of this product. So Johnny just opened up the can, poured it out, and made us espresso martinis. I know Randall's not a huge fan of coffee, so this will be up to Johnny and I. I was just trying to find 20% alcohol by volume.
Coffee faucet, the sweater design.
Yes, that's it.
Oh, yeah. That is really good.
This is one of the best, I have to say, this is one of the best produced espresso martinis that I've had. And I told him that, and I said, I'm not.
So when you said that John prepared it, he just opened the can.
You open the can and shake it, and it actually gives over ice, and it actually foams up. It does exactly what it's supposed to do as an espresso martini. Fantastic. I am super psyched. We're going to be getting this next week. I'm super psyched to get the bag in the box. To me, is because bag in the box, it doesn't get any oxygen in it, because as you're using it, it collapses on itself. So there's no oxygen. So that sucker is going to last and taste fresh for quite a while. Sure. He's also the first one to really do I'll take the little tiny
cappuccino.
One. The cappuccino. He did a cappuccino one too. And there's not many places. This one, I think.
I don't know what the difference is. Cappuccino have more milk in it?
Yes,
why is it lighter?
Basically, yeah, it has more milk.
I thought it had.
It has milk, basically.
Foam milk or something.
Let's try this one. You can see the interview. Definitely check it out. It came out great. It was a super nice guy. That's the cappuccino one. It's like
I really like these.
It's really good, right? Yeah. And it was like I'm not blowing smoke. This is really good. I was definitely blown away. Super nice guy, like I said. All right. Speaking of another super nice guy that I know,
Right.
Randall J. Bird is actually doing 2 seminars on Seminar Saturday, and these are more on the educational level than a lot of the other stuff. They're super doing it. We're doing it here, and Randall is in charge of them.
I'm gonna learn you some stuff.
He's gonna learn some stuff.
Well, no, I mean, I think that
I'll go through the
whole
first
point of what I try and do with a class is you look at a blank sheet of paper and you go, well, what are you trying to accomplish in what you're teaching here?
Right.
So a lot of people that you're going to go to the seminars and do whatever, they're going to show you their distillery. There's a marketing campaign behind it. But the 2 classes are finishing school.
Well, let's do the first one. The first one at 1 o'clock is called "The Proof Is in the Put In."
Right. Which after the fact, I think it looks like you're saying Putin, but I'm trying to make like
nothing to do with
they
Russian.
all have a lot of a pun in the name.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
The proof is in
Did
the
you see the
put
picture
in
I put
is
up?
an in-depth.
Did you see the picture I put up?
Is it me riding a barrel?
It's you kissing a barrel that's overproofed.
Yeah.
All right.
And so basically, one of the things that we've been exploring recently and talking a lot about behind the scenes is your proofing strength, because everyone's going for hazmat. They're going for ultra
hazmat
high
is something
proof,
that's
barrel proof, no
over
processing.
140 proof, just so you know.
And we're saying, you can dial in to a great tasting whiskey by like trying to vary the amount of proof strength. So you're going to look at a bunch of different products at different proof strengths and be able to taste them through that and understand how the barrel strength to bottling strength can and should change. Right.
Instead you're always trying to show the best
right.
product at the best proof, correct?
Right. Whereas a lot of consumers are just trying to burn out their taste buds with the hottest proofs they can.
And that's a lot of what does happen.
So it's an exploration. You're going to see the before and be able to like kind of, as a mad scientist, participate in proofing down the whiskey. And then we will talk about what the class thinks is the best bottling strength.
See, if you really want to learn about whiskey and the science and everything, Randall's classes are the best, and you really need to go through.
Because they're made to be easy to understand,
right?
But at the same time, show you in real time and in real sensory examples. The other thing that we're kind of onto and working on a project a little bit down the road, which will tie into this class, is shock proofing or mixing all your water at once or over time. I will.
How do you get it
be able to talk to that,
strength?
but I won't. This is a production process used in cognac and other things where they bring it down gradually in order to integrate or mix the flavors a little bit better. But we'll discuss that. But I don't think I have good fundamental examples of that. Yeah.
The other one that Randall is doing is called Finishing School with Randall Bird, and that one is that's basically talking about finishes on whiskeys.
Right. And so most people know this was a term that went through many different kind of iterations. It was acing. It was doing these different things. But basically, you're taking a whiskey, you're putting it into another barrel because you're not trying to add artificial flavor into it or put some kind of
But you're trying to create something new.
But the barrel will add an additional finish or twist of flavor based on what was in it.
So if you put it like in a sherry barrel, cognac barrel, port barrel, that type of thing. What we just had today, the Marcella barrel.
And most people have never had it as the origin.
Right.
Plus slices of time of how it's changed over time, and then the final product. And for that, we went into the vault in the archive and brought out some very kind of rare but popular bottles that have long gone.
Well, I'm going to say that this one actually is a $60. It's a $60 gift card. So you buy a $60 gift card to go to this class. But the good part about it is you're going to be able to buy after this class. You're going to have access to some whiskeys that are no longer available. Am I correct on this?
Sold out and were extremely popular. I don't want to give away.
Yeah, don't give it
what they are, but there are people.
Don't get more people to go to your class. Don't give any of that away.
Well, no, I mean I can't.
No, I'm just
I can't promise. There's limited amounts.
No, there's limited amounts.
Essentially,
exactly.
a case of each. So if you attend the class, you'll have access to buy from the archives. But
no, I get it.
There's not enough for everyone to get the one that they like. If I told you,
we're limiting that to 25 people.
Right.
Limiting Randall's first and second one to 25 people. So then now that's Randall. So that's seminar Saturday. Saturday night at 6 o'clock, 6 to 8. We actually have the meet and greet, which is one of my favorites.
Yeah,
the meet and greet will be downstairs in the Metro Station.
MEET.
Yes. Randall fell for that once. He'll never fall for it again.
Right.
But it's 37 tables, I believe. 37 tables downstairs. Some great whiskeys. And then Sunday is the Grand Dram. 66 tables of whiskey.
And a lot of the tables on the Saturday night are there on the Sunday.
They don't move.
So if you went to both, you could knock out talking to and sampling from a lot of the.
At $100, if you did both, they're $50 each. But if you did both at $100, you're also going to get $40 of it back in gift cards. So let's just say what it is. It's $60 to go to basically a 2-day tasting. I'm going to, for the next, we got a little bit of time left. I'm going to try to read all the tables.
You're also donating to the Shriners, and you're also getting
get some little food too, right?
Some food.
I was going to say, while you're reading that, we should finish off the last of Glenglass Ascend End, since Brown Forman is sponsoring on Sunday, right?
What are those while I'm doing this?
Let's put it in your little fancy Glendronach glass for you.
Yeah,
for me. You can talk about what's going on Sunday, right?
Yeah, I can do that. So here's the tables announced for Sunday, the Grand Dram, which is 66 tables. Brown Forman, New Riff, Dark Arts, Hodling, Latitude Beverage, Impex Table 1 and 2, Single Cast Nation, Torabeg, Remy, LHK, which is also Cayo and stuff, Pernod Ricard, which is all the Redbreast, Gala, which is Downmore and Horse Soldier, Heaven Hill, Suntory Bean Global, which is awesome, Bacardi, which is Angel's Envy, also Teeling, Constellation Brands, which is High West, Nelson Brothers, Moet Hennessy, which is Glenmorangie, Proximo, which is Tin Cup, and a variety of different ones, William Grant, Prestige, Diageo, which is Bullet, Dickel, Lagavulin, Compass Box, which is fantastic, Blue Run, Catoctin Creek, Koval Distillery, ICSO, which is the Blue Velvet Bourbon, Four Roses,
sounds like the disclaimer
Blue Ridge,
of a
Heaven Hill, I know, Balcones, Keeper's Heart, Taffers, Foley Family, Heaven's Door, Blue Note, Irish American. Those are just Saturday night.
And more.
That's only 37 of the 66.
Yeah. Thank you for listening.
Damn.
It's the Liquor Talking, and this week, a big one. Check it out on the website and sign up for the things that are still available, although a lot of that stuff is sold out. So
salute everybody. Slange. Slangeva.
Speaking of.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Speaking of finishing school, for those.
I'm going to hang you up right now.
For those out there in the Metro land or the Facebook land, I finished my espresso martini with some of Randall's Wheelhorse from his.
They can add stuff to it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, everybody. Thank you. I hope to see a lot of you here for Whiskey Week. There's some great things. Please check it out at juliosliquors.com. And we got to go. You should have been here. It was awesome. No one in the studio audience today. It was crazy.
They're all kind of getting ready for the big event.
Yeah, that's probably
Look at this mess.